Hello everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to use the Splice video editor app. So the first step will be downloading and opening the app. Once you do that, the first thing that will pop up is to create an account or to log into an existing account. Once you do that, I want to warn you that there will be an ad or a little pop-up that shows you that you should buy a premium account. I don't recommend this because you don't need a premium account to actually use the app itself. The premium account just gives you little extra things that you probably won't even use. So once you get through all of that, you will click the plus sign to begin editing. So once you've clicked the button, it will direct you to this page. This page will show you your photos and videos. As you can see, mine shows pictures of my puppy Luna. But you can also click on the top arrow and it will get you to all your albums that you have on your phone. But I preset mine to Luna and I will keep it this way. Next, you will be able to click on different videos that you want to choose. You can choose more than one, but I will be choosing only one for the purpose of this video. Next, you will be directed to this screen. This screen will give you the option for a project title, animated photos, and aspect ratio. My project will be named Luna. However, this project title will not show up on your video. The project title is just for you to organize your videos for whenever you begin making a lot of them. Then we have the animated photos option. The animated photos is for whenever you add photos onto your video. And this option will let you add special effects to your photos for them to fade in or fade out, and many other cool effects. Lastly, we have the aspect ratio, which is the format you will use for your video. We have portrait, landscape, and square. For mine, I will leave it at square, but Kyra might require you to use a certain format. Now, when you get to the screen, you will notice on the top right corner that there is a little booklet icon. When you click on that icon, it will show you a tutorial of everything you can do on this app. You can refer back to this if you don't have access to my video or if I forget to go over something. Next to the booklet icon will be the share button. The share button will direct you to what type of resolution you want to save your video with. Now, if you go to about the middle of the screen, there will be a black strip. On the left, you will see a button with 2 lines and 2 circles. When you click on that, it will take you to the options that we saw in the very beginning of this video, which is a project name, the animated photos, and the size you want your clip to be. Now, if you click the middle button, it will play your entire video. And if you keep going down to the right of that row, you will see the enlargement button. This will make your screen bigger so you can see your entire video. And to get out of that option, simply click that button again. One cool feature that we can see with this app is that we can move our finger across the video to see different parts of it. So to edit the video, you will click on that same video and the options at the bottom will change. The first option will be the volume button. So to change the volume, you click on that button and a blue bar will show up at the bottom. You simply use your finger to drag the volume and you can adjust it to however high or low you want. Next to that will be the fade buttons. The fade buttons are to start off the video soft and gradually increase, or end the video soft by gradually decreasing. And these are cool for voiceovers and special effects that you might want to add. Next, we'll have the speed button. This button will help you speed up your video or slow it down. So if you slow it down, you can see that the video is very slow, and you can also change how slow you want it to be. So it doesn't have to be necessarily that slow. And you can also speed it up. Again, you just slide your finger and it will speed up the video however much you want. For me, I will leave it normal, which is 1x. Next, we will use the filters button. The filter will just change the color of the screen. So first you want to make sure to get your video by sliding your finger on the right frame, something that you can see clearly. So I will have the frame of my dog with her tongue out. And so then I will choose a black and white filter because that's the theme that I want for my video. And you can change with the blue button again. You can change how strong you want the filter or how weak you want the filter. And that just depends on your preference. Next, we have the adjust button. This comes with many different options, which honestly, I'm not sure what they're all for, but you can adjust them to your preference. So for example, we have exposure, and you can change that from high to low using the blue bar once again. There's many things you can adjust within your video. There's things like contrast, saturation, sharpness, temperature, and hue. And I will show you what it looks like on my video with all those different options. After the adjustments is the crop button. The crop button will help you zoom out and zoom into your video however you please. So if you grab your two fingers and you pinch the screen, it will zoom your entire video out, and you can also zoom into it as much as you would like. Now, if you don't necessarily like those, you can also go to the bottom where it says fit and fill. So that will help you adjust the video exactly to the size of the entire screen. Next is the transform button. This button will let you do different things to your video. For example, you can mirror your video from left to right. You can also mirror it from top to bottom, and you can flip it to the left or to the right, depending on what you want to do to your video. Next is the animate button, which to me didn't make much of a difference. If you see a difference within your video, you can use it. You're free to use it, but for mine, it didn't really do anything. Finally, the last option is the background option. This would be used if you are cropping your video. So as you can see on my screen, I crop my video and I go back to the background option. Then I can change the color of the background. I can also use the very first option, which is to have like a mirroring effect and play the same video on the background. But if you don't want that option, you can simply change it back to another color and go back to the crop and fit and fill your screen so it can go back to normal. Next, you will see that if you move your video to the yellow line, you can click the split button, which will split your video into two videos. And you can easily undo this with the undo button on the top left corner. You can also duplicate your video, which would give you the same video twice, which you can also undo at the very top of the screen. And lastly, you can also reverse your video. So this would just play the same video but backwards. And if you don't want that, again, you can use the undo button at the top of the screen. Now, something neat about the undo button is that you can undo whatever you want, but you can also go forward. And it shows you a list of everything you've done to your video, so you can just click on where you want to be. Now, for me, I want to go back to where my video was normal, so I would just find the last edit that I did to it. Now that we're done editing specific videos, we can edit the entire video. The first button on the bottom is the media button. When you click this, you have the option to add more videos onto the original video. As you can see, I have added an adorable video of my little puppy Luna giving me besitos. When you click on the second video you've added, you have all the options to do the same thing you did to the first video. For mine, I will be changing it to black and white, and you can also choose at the bottom of the screen to add all the changes to the second video to make it just like the first one. The next option at the bottom of the screen is the music button. When you click that, it will give you a ton of different genres for you to use. For my video, I was choosing a classy type of feel for my dog Luna, so I chose classical, and I looked through the songs and chose the song that I liked. Once you choose your song, it will give you a little clip and you can press the add button on the top. The song will then appear at the bottom of your screen, and if you hold down on it, you can crop it, and you can also choose where in the video you want it to begin and end. With the music you've chosen, you can also choose the volume and the speed you want. These are the exact same options that you chose for your video earlier. These options are really cool because you can choose the music that's already in the app and kind of make it into your own. Next, we have the title button. Now, the title button will give you a separate page in the beginning of the video for you to add your own title. You can double tap to edit, but you can also press at the bottom of the screen the edit button. This will allow you to type any title you want. For mine, I will simply just name it Luna. Next, you can choose what color you want the text to be. This can be any color you want. You can also choose what font you want, and it comes with such a huge variety of fonts. You can pick anything. So for mine, I'm just going to go with this font. Next, you can choose the background. The background is not the background of the entire screen, but more of a highlight for the word that you have written as your title. So you can choose different colors, and you can also choose how hard or how light you want the highlight to be on your title. Next is the align button, which will help you move the text, but since I only have Luna's name on there, it's not making a difference. And just like we did with the background, we can change how strong or weak we want the color of our title to be. Lastly, we can click the duplicate button, which will duplicate the amount of text that you have, but you can also delete it using the delete button and change the color once again. If for whatever reason you're not satisfied, you can just click the title icon and delete it, and also delete the black screen in the beginning of the video. The next option that will pop up at the bottom is the effects option. This option will give you so many categories of different effects you can use. So for my dog themed video, I will choose the category domestic animals. This will give me a variety of options, and I will choose the dog bark. Once I add it to my video, it will show up at the bottom, and I can hold on to it and move it to wherever I want, and I can also shorten and elongate the sound. Just like any other thing on this video, we have the options to adjust the volume and speed, and we can also delete it at the bottom of the screen. The next feature on this app is the voice record. So for the voice recording, you want to make sure that you have the yellow line exactly where you want to start recording your memo. Once you are at the exact spot you want, you will click the voice recording button, and it will count down from 3. Once you start recording, you can say anything you want onto the video and click the stop button. Once you stop it, you can see that at the bottom you have the same options as before, and you can also move the sound and crop it to your liking. Lastly, we have the text button. This works just like the title button. Everything is the same, except that there will not be a special page for this. Instead, the text will appear right on top of the video. So you can choose exactly where you want to put the text, You can choose for how long you want to put it and exactly what you want to be on it. As you can see from my video, I typed Luna and I'm moving it to the bottom of the screen so that her face can be visible throughout the entire video. Once you have exactly what you want, you will click the share button like I mentioned in the beginning and choose the resolution you want. Then you can save your video, and as you can see, it doesn't take long at all. Remember that at the top right corner there will be instructions on how to use the app, but if you need any additional help, feel free to contact me.